Volunteer Day at the Masque. It's a celebration of community and creativity with 65 years of existence. So the Masque continues to be a cultural hub that thrives on the dedication and passion of its volunteers. Volunteer Day, it's a special occasion that highlights how volunteers help bring theatrical productions to life, ensuring that the arts remains accessible and also engaging for everyone. This initiative helps sustain the arts and ensure that timeless works like Hamlet, that is currently running, of course, continues to inspire future generations. But perhaps to chat a little bit more about this, we're joined virtually by the head of community at the Masque, Christine Kay. Christine, good morning. Thanks for joining us at this hour.
Hi, good morning. Thanks for having me here this morning.
So perhaps, we could just look at the main goals of Volunteer Day at the Masque Theatre, how it also benefits the community along the value chain. What's been observed?
So, there's just a real hunger for community and connection, and that's really what we serve, within a space that supports up-and-coming artists and performing arts, and that's really, really valuable.
And so if we're looking at the recruitment process, the selection of the volunteers as well for the different roles, really, what goes into that?
So, anyone can apply. There's a space for everyone. And what that really looks like is, people being able to try different things. It's a playground. It is a space for people to really just learn real life skills and, come and play and figure out where they fit in best. There's no right or wrong way to do it.
Okay, and so if we're looking at the activities on play or on offer, the responsibilities as well that volunteers will undertake, the lifelong lessons that they'll also garner in working with theatre, what comes to mind?
First and foremost, technical skills comes to mind. We have a lot of school leavers that come and join to get hands-on experience, which is really great. And that's a huge part. But another part of it is people who are retiring. They're coming to look for a space to join and fit in. So those are two things that come to mind pretty quickly.
All right. And obviously the importance of storytelling is also a big factor. And volunteering at the Masque Theatre, it supports the production of plays such as Hamlet, perhaps also other community-focused performances. Tell us a little bit more about the importance of highlighting those stories, those classics as well.
Sure. Agatha Christie's, Shakespeare's, it's all, there's such rich history behind it. So we wouldn't be a theatre if we weren't able to put that on stage and really showcase that. And, what's fun is that we do really modern takes on legacy stories. And there's, that's great fun.
All right. So as it evolves and the training, the exposure that they also get, what are the support that's also on offer for volunteers? How do they receive, the preparation that they need for their roles, especially during complex productions? What goes into that from both the giving and receiving part?
Sure. So, there's various elements to when it comes to volunteering in a production. It can go anywhere from behind the scenes, which is directing production, and that's very much on the job training. It's on hand. It's, we have a team of experienced professionals that provide that kind of training, and it moves all the way to front of house. Also, we do shift work, so it's training beforehand and then on the job training where everyone's guided. No one's left, thrown into the deep end and just left to figure it out. It's very much hands-on, very interactive.
And Christine, on that note, if we're looking at how volunteers have contributed specifically to the Hamlet production, similar performances as well, how often are these productions staged? Really, what is the work and the time frames that go into all of this?
Oh, man, it's massive. In the sense that people are pouring their heart and soul into it. So we do 4 to 6 internal productions a year, which is stuff that we produce, such as Hamlet and fairy tales and things like that. And then those rehearsal times can take up to 6 months at a time, and the shows will run for 2 to 3 weeks. But there's also spaces where people don't need to commit to that length of time. They can come in, as technical for shows here and there. They can come in as front of house. They can come in and help in the wardrobe where that doesn't require a time commitment. So there's just different opportunities available.
And Because it is a call to action, it is on a volunteer basis as well. What does that response look like? Are you inundated with requests? Do you find that there's a shortage in some areas? How do you distribute, the different role players as well to ensure that everything is covered?
Sure. So as with any volunteer-based organization, there's just never enough people. So we find that generally we fall short in a lot of areas just in terms of manpower. What we do try to do is we allow people to come in and play in the areas that they want to learn in. So we don't allocate people roles. We give people the opportunity to say, hey, I want to volunteer here, or I want to experience that.
All right. And so if people want to find out more information, be part of this community, how do they go about doing that?
They can just log on to our website. It's themasque.co.za. It's MASQUE. And yeah, right on top, you'll see an opportunity to volunteer. And it's as easy as that. They can also follow us on socials.
Okay, all right, that's very important, socials. Thank you so much, Christina. I wonder, as we're speaking and we wrap up, what has been a highlight for you? I mean, beyond the challenges and, the resource issues as well, what has stood out for you over the years?
Personally, for me, and I started volunteering there a few years ago, and I've fulfilled different functions there. Personally, for me, it's just the people, the community, and it's people that I interact now every day with, and it's family, really. That's the bottom line.
Well, it's storytelling, it's fostering connection, it's giving back. Christine K, thank you for joining us and for chatting a little bit more about Volunteer Day, Head of Community at the Masque. Christine K weighing in on that exciting endeavor.